Madam, can you
Yes,
please share
actually, I
this?
had joined through computer, so I was not able to speak.
Yes.
Now I have joined with mobile phone.
Yes.
You were audible.
Yes, Parky madam had some little problem. Now she is audible. Madam, can you please share your slide?
Okay, sir.
So I am taking this an opportunity to introduce the speaker of this session. This session is on computer programming. So in this semester, you will be having one paper, programming and problem solving. And for the same, our colleague Nutan Phalke madam, who has been working as an assistant professor in the department of our computer department, she is going to give us a talk on importance of programming languages. So I need not tell you that such computer is such a vast flourishing branch. Is having immense scope nowadays, and it is very much important that every computer and even non-computer student of engineering has to be very much expert in coding. So for the same, to highlight on the same subject, Nutan Phalke madam is going to speak. She is B in computer, ME in computer, and moreover, she has been life member of technical societies, which include Indian Society of Computer as well as Indian Society for Technical Education. So I request Nutan Phalke madam to do her talk. Over to you, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you. First of all, my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Okay. Good afternoon, all of you, and warm welcome to all in VPKBIT campus. So today, in this session, we are going to discuss the importance of programming languages. That I know that recent trend is every student wants to become a software engineer. But before that, everyone knows that is very large opportunities in computer area, that every student wants to become an engineer, but that engineer is nothing but only a software engineer. Why this situation is happened? Because of this corona situation. So now that use of computer is also increased, and many fields totally depends on computer. Because of computer, that we can access large information in small time, or we can perform large tasks within a short period with accuracy. So because of that, the demand of computer is increased, but that computer is based on some languages. We can write or we can use that computer, but that computer can't understand our languages. So because of that, the different languages are developed, and that languages are called as programming languages. We can use that computer anywhere from any time. So all this situation and all this, considering all this possibility, the demand of computer increase. So obviously demand of computer increase, so that everyone wants to learn that programming languages, because the computer, if you want to learn that computer, so you must know that programming languages. So before understanding the what is programming language, we need to learn what is computer, how that computer works, what is that software, or what are the hardware parts of the computer. Or without that software and hardware, we can't perform any activity on that computer. So let's start, or let's discuss if first, that is what is computer. So can you tell me that in your own words, so what is the computer? Yes, anyone? Okay. That in general word, we can say that computer is an electronics device that everyone knows, which is a electronics device or which is designed to work with the information or to work on that data. But that computer generally work on data only. So what is mean by that data? That through keyboards we can give input. That is nothing but this is the keyboard, and through that keyboard we can enter some information or we can enter some data. So on that data, computer can perform operations. So that data may be any picture, any sounds, or any graphics, or any information, or any variables. So on that data, computer can perform operations. So generally the definition of computer is nothing but which is an electronics device. On that device we can perform a operation, but that picture shows the image of our computer. That is nothing but our screen. This is a keyboard and this is the mouse, but through that we can perform operations. But basically that computer only works on the data, and these 4 steps are necessary or required to perform, or that computer should work. Without this 4th step, computer doesn't perform any another actions. Means first step is to take data as an input from the user, to take the data, or that data may be any information which is entered through keyboard, and that information displayed on our screen. So that input is nothing but the information given to the computer through keyboard. So that is nothing but our data. After giving that data, the second step is that computer process that data. Computer process the data as per the user requirement. That processing happen with the help of CPU, that is central processing unit. That I know everyone having idea about what is CPU, what is screen, what is keyboard, what is mouse. These are the basic components of our computer. And after the second step, as per the requirement of user, that processing is happen. And then third step, that CPU performs the result. And after performing the result, that result displayed on screen, and simultaneously that stored into the some parts of the memory, that we can say that memory part or storage unit of our computer. So that is the basic structure of our computer, that is which is a electronics device, and that device always perform 4 steps, that take input, perform action on that input, display output, and store that data. So is it clear to everyone what is computer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after the discussion of what is computer, see this is a block diagram, how the computer actually work. That through user we can take a input. Means suppose I want to take 2 numbers, I want to perform addition of 2 numbers, suppose A and B. These are the 2 variables, and in that 2 variables I have entered 2 numbers, that is A having value 10, B having a value 10. That 10 number I have taken through keyboards. Means see, this is a input through keyboards. I can enter the 2 digits, that is A equal to 10 and B equal to 10. That I want to perform addition of these 2 numbers. So what is the first step? Input. That input is taken from user side, that A and B, that 2 values we have to insert as an input. And then what is mean by processing? That processing is nothing but we want to perform the addition of 2 numbers, that is A and B. That is nothing, that addition operation is nothing but the processing operations. And that operation, that performed by that CPU. That box is nothing but called as CPU, that is Central Processing Unit. Through this CPU, we can perform all processing operations. And after the processing, after the addition of these two numbers, we can see the result on this screen, that is monitor. So this is the basic execution of our program. Take input from keyboard, then processing, and then after the processing, results stored into the some memory and then displayed on our screen. So these are the basic steps. So this is the general steps. But what is mean by the storage unit and what is mean by the CPU? That CPU is nothing but the brain of our computer. That without that, we or that computer can't perform any action. Without CPU, there is no use of that monitor, that keyboard. That CPU is nothing but the Central Processing Unit, or we can say that it is a brain of our computer. And in that CPU, two parts are considered. That is, first is a control unit, and second is a arithmetic and logical unit. That CPU is divided into two parts: arithmetic logical unit and control unit. That what is mean by that ALU, that arithmetic and logical operations, which perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, that binary operations, means all those operations perform with the help of that ALU. And what is the use of that control unit? That control unit is nothing but the processing unit, or that control unit. Through control unit, we can control all activities, or we can process the operations. Through that control unit, we can take a value, that is A having a value 10, then after that take a second value, that is B having a value 10. Means these values are considered, or that values are stored into the some parts of the memory, that is into the storage unit. And after that, storing the value through control unit, we can access that value and as per the requirement. So control unit determine the sequence of the instruction, or that sequence of execution of the program. Through input, we can take a value, that store that value, and after the that second step, that A equal to 10, B equal to 10. That first step, take input. Then second step is a processing. C is equal to A plus B. This is our second step, and that is nothing but the processing. But the values are stored into the some part of memory. So with the help of that control unit, we can take the value A10, B10, and then pass these values to the arithmetical logical unit. That because the second step is we want to perform the addition of two numbers, and then ALU perform the addition of two numbers and pass the result again to the control unit. And after performing the addition of two numbers, that store the result into the storage unit. And after the completion of addition, that result displayed on our output screen or monitor. So that is nothing but our actual processing operation, which is performed with the help of control unit and arithmetic logical unit. So that operations we can perform with the help of different devices, that input devices and output devices. So what is mean by input devices? That input devices means the devices through which we can enter values, we can enter some information. Suppose the keyboard. Through keyboard, we can enter information, we can enter digits, and that information is given to the computer, and that information is displayed on our screen. So that information given through keyboard, that is nothing but the input. That some information is given to the computer, and that is nothing, or that is called as input device. Also scanner. through scanner we can scan the document, means we are giving some input to the computer that through to the scanner. So that part is called as input device. Through mouse also we can give some points or some information to the computer, that is nothing but also input device. But through monitor we can see the result, we can see the entered input information. So that monitor displays some output to the user, so that is nothing but the output device. Also printer, through printer we can get information which is available on screen. So that is the difference between input and output devices. So without that input and output devices we can't perform any operations. Also that CPU, in that CPU having different parts, that is storage unit, that CD-ROM, floppy, hard disk, also memories, that RAM, ROM, means different devices are connected to the CPU. Means each and every device having their own actions, that may be a input device, that may be a output device. So that input and output devices are part of our computer. Also that we can say that the computer having a important part, that is hardware and software. So we can say that printer, monitor, speaker is a hardware, right or wrong? What is mean by hardware? Yes.
Which we can touch or feel.
Yes, very good. That is, hardware is nothing but the device, or we can say that which is a part of computer that we can touch or we can feel. That may be a cable, graphics card, or any sound, that mouse, keyboard, monitor, our headphones, RAM. These are the parts of the computer, or that may be an input device, or that may be an output device of computer, but that we can touch, we can feel that device is there. So that is nothing but the hardware. And the second part is a software. That software, we can't touch to the software, only that we can see that some or device or some application is available on our that computer, on our CPU. So that is nothing but the software, that we can't touch to that part. That part is called as software, and which is a very important part. That software having system softwares, application softwares, but the hardware having hardware parts only, that we can touch, we can feel, we can do activity with that hardware part. But with the help of software, various software applications we can develop. So that software is important part of our computer. Without software, we there is no use of computer. And to perform some actions, that or to develop any applications, suppose our Facebook, this is a or Instagram, these are the applications. Through that we can perform various activities, but that applications or that softwares develop with the help of some languages. Or suppose we can say that software is a part of computer, or without software we can't perform any actions. So why we can't perform any actions? Because that software contain information, or that is a collection of data, and that data is nothing but the collection of libraries, some plugins, and that libraries, that plugins, which is a important part. Without that we can't perform any activity on any that applications. So why there is a need for computer languages? Because if I am using that computer, and on that computer I want to perform the addition of two numbers. Suppose I have one application, I have one software, that is Jupyter Notebook, which is a mostly used or preferable applications, and I want to perform the addition of two numbers. Suppose I have taken a number that a equal to 10 and b equal to 10. Then I want to perform the addition, that is c is equal to a plus b. Now I want to see the result of this two number, and let's execute. After execution, that there is no output. Suppose I want to perform the addition. So I have written or use that word, that is addition, because I want to perform the addition. Or with the help of that action, with the help of that input, we can perform various actions. But it gives an error, that is name addition is not defined. So what is the error? That is addition not defined. So that is called as, we require any application, or when we use any application or when we use any software, in that software we have to use particular language, and that language is called as programming language. Suppose instead of addition, this is a Jupyter Notebook. That software we can use for the development of applications or for the development of programs. So in that application or in that software, we are using Python language. So that language is called as programming language. So simply I want to display the result of A and B. So print C. So now it gives the result, that is 20. Now simply what it means, that software is nothing but the collection of libraries, collection of plugins. So what is mean by libraries? That library is nothing but the collection of symbols or some syntax. That syntax or that symbols are by default defined into that library, and through that symbols, through that applications, only particular symbols or particular commands we have to use for the particular operations. So that is the use of programming languages. Because of that, we are using that programming language. So why there is a need of programming language? Computer can't understand our native or natural language. So that computer only understand the binary numbers, that is 0 and 1 format numbers. If I am writing that addition, but it gives an result as a error, because that addition word or that addition which is not defined into the libraries. Instead of addition, what we have to write, that is print keyword. Through that keyword we can display the result. Means these are the by default defined symbols, or that symbols, or that with the help of that syntax we can give the result, accurate result to the users. So for that we require a compiler and assembler. Computer can't understand our natural language, or that language is called as high level language. So to conversion of high level language into the machine level language, that only computer can understand machine level language, that is zeros and one format language, and that language we can't understand. So for the familiar reason, that compiler and assemblers are used, which compiles the program and convert into the high level language to the machine level language, that is nothing but the low level language. And that language which is converted through compiler, through assemblers, and then our language is converted to the machine language, and then machine language again process that operations. Linker and loaders are used to load that libraries to use that code, and finally we get a result which is a user understandable format. So that is nothing but the language. That is, language is nothing but the mode of communications that two users are communicating with each other, and if they are comfortable with or they are known or familiar with their languages, they can talk with each other. If they are not familiar with each other's or each other's languages, then there is no use of that conversation. There is no communication between two users. To happen, to produce such types of communications, that or we can, that user and machine level language, that user can develop their logic. Through that logic they can write their programs, and through assembler, through interpreter, that program is converted into the machine level language, and then finally as per the logic of user, that system gives the result. So that's why the programming language is important, because two-way communication is possible. That programming language is nothing but the computer language, and that language is used by the programmer to communicate with the computer, and that languages may be written in different types of languages, that is C, C++, Python, Java, .NET, Perl, Ruby, means various languages are available. So that natural language is for the user convenient way, or that user convenient way a language which is converted into the programming language. That language is called as computer programming languages. So these languages are divided into two parts, that is low level programming language and high level programming language. That high level programming language is nothing but our natural language, that is user friendly. So, and that programming language is only converted into the machine level language with the help of that compiler and interpreter. Without compiler, without interpreter, it is not possible to convert that our C programming code into the machine level language format. If compiler is not there, then there is no use of that C code programming, because that compiler compile the whole source code of the program and convert into the machine code, that is zeros and one format, which is understandable to only machine. That .exe file generated when compile the code, and after executable file generated, that file is again load and link into the libraries, and finally result displayed into the high level language, that is user understandable format language. When computer developed, that is various generations of languages are available. The first generation is a machine, that is in that language zeros and one format languages are used, and second is a assembly level language. That is assembly level language means we have to use the command, that is move a1 hash was 061h, that is nothing but the code format. So we have to use that move register, that move a1 is nothing but the register, that move that value into that register. That is the meaning of that assembly level programming. That assembly level program is nothing but the coding format, but the machine level program is only a zeros and one format. And the second level language is nothing but the high level language, that is user understandable format language, that is nothing but our natural language. So that programming languages is nothing but our Java, JavaScript, C, C#, PHP, Python. So these are the programming language. With the help of that, we can develop any application. With the help of that, we can develop any code, and we can build any applications, that mobile application, desktop application, web applications. To develop any application, we need that language, and that language is called as programming language. Without programming language, we can't perform or we can't implement any applications also. We can say that various robotics applications are available. So blockchain technology is there, IoT applications are there, but that applications can be developed with the help of these programming languages only. Various new technologies, various new products are available in IT industry because of that programming. Our mobile is one of product. In that product, Android operating system is there. Android operating system is there. In our laptop, Windows operating system is there. Means various products are available. That in that product, various operating systems are available. On that operating system, we are using various applications. That is like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that Google. These are the applications, or these applications are developed with the help of that programming language. Or that programming language, or that particular programming language is used to build particular application also. That JavaScript. JavaScript is one of the programming language, but through that JavaScript, we can develop any web applications. Or also that programming language is a way of communications to that machine and users. So see, this is our program. So what is it mean by that text editor? That text editor means that we have shown that last, that is Jupyter framework. That Jupyter framework is nothing but our text editor. Through that editor, we can perform any activity. We can type our code, we can write our instruction, we can write our logic. That programmer needs a framework. Through that framework, that programmer express their logic. So Jupyter framework is one of the text editor. Through that editor, we can write our logic. We can write our code. And that code is nothing but the programmable code, or that code is written with the help of that programming language, not our daily language. That is, hi, suppose I want to display the message that is, hello everyone. That I want to print that message on a monitor. So I need to write some syntax. I need to write some keyword. Then and then that display the result on screen. So same way, see, that is hash include. This some program is written in this window, that editor, that is hash include iostream.h. So this is a C++ program. This is a C++ program, which is a base of C. So using that program, what happened? That integer a, that user can enter a value of a and b using that cin. Cin is nothing but the programming language. Through that cin, you can enter a value. Otherwise, we can't enter in any value. So that's why we can say that programming language is important. Without programming languages, we can't perform any applications. We can't implement any another software. So we need to learn the programming languages, coding languages. After writing this program, that compiler is used. That compiler, preprocessor and translator. That preprocessor means which perform whole activities, and translator is nothing but the which translate the code that written into the C++ language into the machine level language. C, that code is transferred into the machine level language, that is 0010, which is not understandable by user. which is only understand to the system, that only understand by computer only. And after the conversion or after the translation of that our code into the machine level language code, again perform operation, and then with the help of linkers and loaders, with the help of that libraries, whole program combine into the system, and finally the result displayed on our screen as a user convenient way. So this is the general working of our computer system. Means basically we need to learn the programming language. With that programming language is base of our computer. So we need to learn the coding, that is C, C++, Java, C Sharp, Perl, .NET, means Python. These are the various languages, or we can say that programming languages are available. So each programming language, that doesn't affect which technology you are using, that only we have to learn the syntax, we have to learn the coding, then and then you can perform any program or any, you can implement any applications. So this is the basic idea how that program, how to program, or what is the program, and how that conversion operations are performs. So now in 2020-21, that these are the topmost programming languages: Java, Python, JavaScript, C++, C Sharp, PHP, R, and Go. So that Java technology used for the web application development, mobile application development, or any desktop application development also. Means Java is the most important programming language that Java can communicate, interact with another languages also. Same way that Python is nothing but our in syllabus, that is programming and problem solving. That we will see in our actual syllabus how the Python works, but that Python is also most demand language, we can say that, because any machine learning application or any data science or in IoT, that Python is used because Python is easy language. Through Python we can develop any applications also. Also one thing that is you people use that Instagrams, that Pinterest, these applications are developed with the help of Python only. So Python is easy, or you can develop any applications with the help
Sorry,
of
ma'am.
Python. Yes,
Which language we will learn in first year?
Python.
Python. Okay.
And also that Python is integrated with C and C++. So because of that, it is possible to develop any applications, because C is a most commonly used language. Then second is a JavaScript. If you want to develop any web applications, or you can develop any our college websites also, you can implement your own firm's websites also. Through JavaScript, you can develop that applications. So only you have to combine that Node.js. Then with the help of that, you can provide security to your applications. Then C++, which is a language which mostly used in gaming applications, or that for the gaming purpose, video purpose, or graphics images, that C++. C Sharp is nothing but the which is a .NET framework, Microsoft .NET framework system applications, or that application used, or that language is used for the development of Windows and mobile applications. That PHP also, which is server side application development. That Facebook application also contain that PHP language on Facebook, that application having a developed with the help of PHP. That R language is nothing but that statistic analytics. Those people want to perform statistical, they can use the R languages. And Go, that application which is developed by Google. That Go language is application developed by Google, and that mostly used applications, and that applications with the help of that Go languages. Means these are the top programming languages right now, but each and every programming language is required for the development of applications. So because of that, programming languages are very important. So in our syllabus, we are going to learn the Python. That Python is most interesting or widely used programming languages. So this is our syllabus. In that syllabus, see, like other subjects, we have a programming and problem solving, that in same and end same exams, that 30-70 marks patterns. And also we have a practical, that 25 marks, and 4 credits are assigned to our subject. That 25 marks assigned to our practical. That practical exam, or in that PPS, that programming and problem solving, we have a 6 units, and that 6 units also interesting parts, because they cover all basic syntax, or that is basics of Python programming. In second unit, we are going to learn, that is statements, how to execute or how to implement our logic. Suppose we want to find out the topper of our college or topper of our division. So with the help of that statement, we can perform a looping operations, and we need to apply a logic, which loop we have to use. So that is nothing but the decision control statement that we will see in second unit. Then third, functions and module. Through functions, we can perform a large program. We can convert that large program into the smaller parts. So that is the use of functions. And then string, that various operations perform on string. That is how to concatenate, how to combine 2 words, how to divide that 2 words, how to perform multiplications. Means all operations we can perform with the help of string. Then object oriented programming, that is object oriented programming is nothing but the C++ programming, and that Python is integrated with C++. So that C++ concepts also included in Python, that we have to learn in 5th unit. And last one is the file handling and dictionary. File handling means we can open any document, we can close any document, how to open, how to close, and then how to write the content into that file. It's such types of operation we have to perform with the help of that file handling, and in 6th unit. And these are the textbooks that are available in our library also, that is Python programming using, and that is Rima Thereja, which is a most commonly used or important to our subject. All those reference and textbooks are available in library. And after the learning of this all 6 unit, on the basis of that, we have to perform that library experiments, that lab experiments, that how to find out the basic pay of that salary, or how to perform operations on that. I mean, 10 to 12 experiments we have to perform in our practical sessions. And also that is mini project, that extra assignments are given to you. That is with the help of that our 6th unit, you can implement your small projects also with the help of that laboratory experiments. So these are the contents of our syllabus. which is a Python is the most interesting subject. So that we will see in our regular theory periods. So firstly, concentrate on our programming languages. Try to understand what is meant by programming languages. Our natural language is not a programming language. That programming language is nothing but some syntax, some common libraries are defined, already defined libraries we have to use. That is nothing but the programming languages. The last is if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we will stop. Hello. Sonone sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, I'm there. So I will request students
Sir.
to ask doubt if they have any.
Sir,
Yes,
can you send this PDF in WhatsApp?
yes. Can you
Can
repeat?
you send this PDF in WhatsApp?
Yes. Syllabus, na?
Yes.
So do not worry about this thing. So we have temporarily made one WhatsApp group. Then very soon, within 3-4 days, when all the admissions, including the second round, will be over. Yes. Then at that time, you will be added in 6 different FE groups. FE 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you will be getting every material at appropriate time completely. Okay. So before saying thanks to Nutan Phalke madam, tomorrow we are going to have one session on mathematics. So very soon the birth anniversary of the great mathematician Ramanujan is going to be there. So we are taking this opportunity to conduct tomorrow's session in a different style, and for the same, I will request if to the students, if you are willing to share your thoughts in tomorrow's session, please let us know. You can give your consent to either Bhoite madam or myself regarding the same. If you want to share your thoughts regarding mathematics or even Ramanujan, then those are very much welcome and highly appreciable. So this is from my side, and now before concluding, I would like to thank the expert of this session, Professor Nutan Phalke madam, who has been very much active throughout the session, and she has explained everything in regard to the computers, software, hardware, then different programming languages, the scope of computer, and we have understood that the scope of computer programming is not restricted to only computer IT or AIDS branch. But if you belong to some core branches such as mechanical, civil, and electrical, if you have additional knowledge of coding, then you are going to be at the top. So this is a very nice session. So I thank to Nutan Phalke madam for such an excellent session. Thank you, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And I declare that today's session is over, and tomorrow we'll be meeting at so you have to take care that do not unnecessarily unmute yourself, otherwise we have to look into the matter. So please take care that
Wait for the
everything-
attendance link. Students have to give the attendance.
Yes, we'll wait. I think
Attendance.
just now it has been shared. And madam, you can also add the concluding remarks now. I think this is what from my side. So I think
Yes, sir. We are very much thankful to all the today's
Before that,
speakers.
madam, we'll avoid to give the attendance link in the WhatsApp groups.
Yes, sir. That is what we insisted. We were waiting for the session to end. I thought there is a question answer session. No student has asked any question in this session. All right. Wait for a second. You will get the third session attendance link. As one of the student has asked about the PDF of syllabus, no need of that. Very soon you will get the college email IDs through which you are going to join the Google Classrooms of individual subject that you are going to learn in this semester. Based on that, in the Google Classroom, you will get all the material. You will get all the material as soon as your WhatsApp groups are made. Separate WhatsApp group from FE1 to FE6 are made. Individual teacher, subject teacher will also provide you the material on the WhatsApp group as well as on the Google Classroom. Okay, so no need to worry about the syllabus. As I have also informed you about the syllabus, you will get it on the college website as well as from the university website. In the SPPU website, also you will get the syllabus for engineering first year. 2019 pattern, you have to take 2019 pattern. And the same pattern syllabus is also available on the college website. No need to worry. Just you can search for it on the websites. Okay. You don't have students, you don't have any other difficulty related to coding or programming. The teacher was there. I think she's still there in the meeting. If you have any doubts related to that part, she will be your PPS teacher.
The link, attendance link is available now. So we'll still wait for 1 or 2 minutes so that you can fill the attendance link. Okay.
Yes, the link is shared on the meeting itself in the chat box. All students can submit their feedback, come attendance of the third session. Okay.
So I think this is enough time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
So we call it a day and have a great day ahead.
All of you just open the link and give the feedbacks. Okay. We will end this meeting.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. You have to join tomorrow at proper time.